Here's how to convert your comic into a webtoon. I self-published my own comic and now I'm converting it into a webtoon, which can be a pretty overwhelming process at first, so I wanted to share some tips and tricks to make it a lot easier. So the first thing you want to do is export your comic page in 4 different versions. 1 with everything except for the text, 2 without panels, 3 just the background, and 4 just the text with a transparent background as a PNG. Next, you're going to create a webtoon file. So if you're using Clip Studio, create a new file, select webtoon, and then you can choose from the template settings or create your own. I personally use a width of 1800, height of 14,000, and a resolution of 600 dpi. Make sure your resolution is set to at least 300 dpi. I use 600 dpi just so that the image retains its resolution and details when you compress it later. Since Webtoon doesn't allow you to upload very large files, this part is really important. Next, you can set your backgrounds to any color, or you can import the background file that you just created from your comic page and use that. Next, import your comic page and use the lasso tool to separate every individual panel and arrange it on the page. Then you can import your text file and separate each text bubble and make sure to resize them so that they're big enough to view on a phone screen. I use the C. Joe Kubert font, and for that I've found that a 7 or 8 size font works really well. You can also turn on view in webcomic format to see how your panels will be displayed on your phone. You can make sure that each panel stays within this frame if you want, including the text bubbles, or you can also extend past it if you want people to have to scroll and slow down the pacing or really emphasize a certain scene, panel, or anything you want to stand out. You can also extend or crop your canvas as needed, which is really nice, so you can keep adding to it if your page goes longer than you think it would. Once the page is done, select export as webtoon, and since your files can't be too large because Webtoon has a maximum limit of 20 megabytes per episode, and scale the ratio to 720 pixels. Then also make sure to select divide vertically and enter 1280 pixels. This makes sure that you're exporting at the exact size used by Webtoon so that when you upload to Webtoon, it's not going to resize your files for you, which means you're not going to lose any of your data, resolution, or any little details during that process. So now you have all these individual files which are already sized for Webtoon, and you can upload them directly to the website. I hope this helps make the process a bit easier, less overwhelming, and if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments.